Pokimane is once again trying to make herself the center of attention. If you don't know who she is, well, good on you, but the last time she had a bunch of attention surrounding her, it was negative because she was criticizing her followers for not being able to afford a super expensive bag of cookies that she basically white labeled and called her own.
Like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
I'm a broke boy. Everybody can do the math, they just don't want to buy your shitty white labeled cookies. Give me some Oreos. Well, she's pissed a lot of people off again, in 3 ways actually. First being how she claims that the Twitch space is fully male dominated, with her reasoning being a fairly sexist one. That one particularly pissed a lot of people off, and we'll cover it. Also, I guess she's having some words with XQC, saying to her fans that he doesn't really have the 100 million contract, or he's lying about his $100 million contract, which honestly just seems par for the course. When a rich YouTuber is losing followers or a rich Twitch streamer is losing followers, they just make a bunch of drama that all of their viewers just can't relate to as they have 9-to-5 jobs. It's just pathetic. And lastly, the third thing that has riled everybody's feathers is she says if you're white, you're not really allowed to have an opinion over the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance, saying that if you're white, you possibly just can't get the performance. You're not allowed to have an opinion about music unless you're black.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They not like us! They not like us!
So bringing race completely into the question, and people really didn't like her take on that. They just think she's parroting a lot of people's controversial responses because, well, obviously she's not getting the views she wanted, so let's be controversial. The irony is that she was kind of doing this stuff before when she was trickling out of relevance. She'd just start random drama with people like PewDiePie, giving random weird takes, going on tangents that she knew would spark a bunch of arguments in her comments just to gain a little bit more traction
And actually put effort into it and make it more entertaining for the viewer.
So we're going to go over these new things in the order I just listed them, and we're going to give our take on the situation because that's just what YouTube needs. First off, we'll start with Dexterito, which claims to cover most things streaming and drama related. They say that Pokimane claims streaming is more male dominated with the rise of Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed. This all came after she made some comments about it on Colin Samir's podcast.
I'd love to share some perspective, a little bit unrelated. As much as I think Kai and Speed are incredible and what they do is incredible, also when I think of them, I think of how much the audience has changed over the years as well. They're both two like young dudes who do kind of like crazy wild things. And just from a data and analytics perspective, I find it really interesting to see who are the top streamers, their similarities, their differences, especially in terms of audiences. And unfortunately, there aren't that many like huge female streamers, at least not on their level, which I think reflects like nowadays the audience has in a way gone more to being a lot of like younger dudes, which is amazing. But I remember during the pandemic, I felt a much larger female presence, both in the audience and in regards to the streamers that we were seeing growing and becoming more popular.
So let's break this down a little bit because I think Poki might be a little bit jealous. So maybe there aren't top female creators in the exact categories that she mentioned in the Colin and Samir podcast, and most of the top female streamers actually dominate the category of VTubers who don't really have face cams. They don't present themselves in real life to their followers, but they use animated styles.
A character, a persona, they have kayfabe, they have a whole world around them. They focus on making just content.
But what I really think Pokimane is really jealous of here is that she can't really get the top opportunities that some of the male creators are getting. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're out in real life doing a lot of things, putting huge amount of work into their content, not just sitting behind their computer watching other people's content and criticizing other streamers.
Kai and Speed, you've got to understand, like, these guys are really entertaining. Now, you might not think that they're entertaining, but these guys are great. Like, they really put a lot of work into it. And there are no other girls, really, that are putting the amount of work into their streams that Kai and Speed are putting in. There's not. They're not making the moves that these guys are making. So it's like whenever you're not trying to win the race, don't be surprised when other people win the race instead of you.
So yeah, it's understandable that a lot of people took issue with the fact that she just sat there on the podcast and pretended like those VTubers just didn't exist. What it really comes down to is how entertaining you are, how often you do funny things, and what kind of personality you're showing to the audience. And if you just sit there and all you care about is starting drama with other people, your appearance, like it's funny when big creators on Twitch that have been there for a long time start thinking that their viewers can't realize and sniff out fake when they see it. Like, do you think you're being genuine when you have multiple angles of you working out with the camera not in the other angle? Like, bro, we can sniff that it is completely fake. Everything you do is just to look good on camera. People don't want to see that. It makes you start to seem like an entirely fake person, instead of just focusing on being your raw, unfiltered self and just letting the funny moments fly. Well, then people are just going to start viewing you as more of a fake person, and they're going to move on to people they can watch that they can more relate to. It's just weird that she thinks she's going to be able to stay on the top of the algorithm forever, when in reality, she just doesn't do anything new. She doesn't try new things. She just is a trend hopper. Just so obviously cares about her appearance more than she cares about actually entertaining her audience. Like, here's the thing, right? She literally doesn't really mention any of the other VTubers who are actually doing super good numbers on the platform. And it almost just seems like she's disrespecting some of these female streamers that are trying to get to the top. They don't want to just gripe and complain every time they don't get their way like Pokimane does, because it seems like on Twitch there is this subtle girl-on-girl violence where they're kind of just doing underblows at each other. But reality is there's two types of female streamers that are on Twitch. Those who appeal to guys and those who appeal to girls. And then VTubers are the ones that appeal to both. And I do feel bad for the female facecam streamers that do just want to sit there and play games, genuinely build their audience with their actual personality. But then their numbers have to go up against other female streamers on the platform who are showing up half naked on camera and or promoting their fans to their audience, which is obviously going to boost their audience of male followers. All those male followers leave, go to honest female streamers and expect them to do the same thing when, bro, they're not going to.
Now, the reason why VTubing, I think, is becoming a lot more popular is that number one is that it removes a lot of the physical element, and it makes it to where this might sound kind of weird, but it's a weird thing where anime girls appeal to girls and guys, but actual girls usually just appeal to girls or guys, if that makes sense. Because if there's like a girl that's like very sexual or she's super attractive, you're going to have like a lot of like hater girl energy against her. And you see this, right? It's like mean girl behavior, etc. But the cute anime girls can capture both sides of the audience without anyone feeling insecure. So you can have guys that can imagine themselves as being in a relationship with this anime girl. I know, like, who would ever do that? And then on top of that, you could also have girls that are like, oh, this character's really cute and I like it. I think the best example was like Hatsune Miku, or like another example where like a lot of girls like to copy it.
And that's the thing, really, like there's quite a lot of that going on. There's even quite a lot of male VTubers that are just dominating the platform in all other areas of the world, not really in North America, but it's not really a gender exclusive thing. And I do really agree with Asmon's take there, but watching more of his video, he does show that things are getting even weirder nowadays.
So VTuber, okay, and we're just going to search this right here. Suisse, 7.5 million chats. Nanners, 5 million chats. Look at all these 2 million chats. People love these VTubers, man. They're all about it. Look up Asmongold. Bro, mine's not going to be anywhere near that. Only 93,000 chats. That's it. Let's look at XQC. Only 300,000 chats. Not a single one of us are coming anywhere near the VTubers. And so that's really that's the difference. Apparently the Shy Lily one got banned. It was like 30 million before. And I wonder why it got banned. Check Genshin characters. 422 million chats with Raiden Shogun. 126 million chats with Hu Tao. That's insane. Yes, it's not even remotely close.
And we all know exactly what these chatbots are being used for the majority of it. Like the other day I came across this guy whose main content was him talking to a Harley Quinn chatbot about how she farts on things.
Giggling mischievously, Dollface, my farts are legendary. They could melt cheese, scare cats, and make rainbows appear in the sky.
Well, I need you to use that magic on a plate of nacho cheese fries. And I want you to fart on the fries themselves, top, bottom, middle. I need you to do that 1.5 million times on each fry. And again, we're going to put cheese on it, and the idea with my question was that you would melt all the cheese with your farts on the fries.
That was rough.
Yeah, the world is going in a really weird place. And not everybody is actually using it for that kind of nefarious, weird, sus type of behavior. But what we can extrapolate from this information is that VTubing is entirely more popular than Pokimane leads on for it to be. So, I know that was a lot to take in, but now we're moving on to drama number 2 that Pokimane got herself in recently. As we all know, because it's been making the news and been all over social media lately, Kendrick Lamar played Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, and Pokimane took it upon herself to let all the white people know that they weren't allowed to criticize it because of the color of their skin.
I need to vent because we can talk about this. I could be wrong, probably not, but I could be. It kind of pissed me off to see so many people be like, Kendrick Lamar didn't deserve the halftime show. This halftime show sucked. Just tell me you understood nothing about his performance and leave. Because also, what do you mean? You sitting your ass at home with probably zero musical capabilities think that Kendrick Lamar didn't deserve the halftime show.
Okay, so if it's not obvious at this point, she's addressing white people. And I just want to point out the irony in the fact that her statement saying all white people have no musical talent, it inadvertently says that all black people have musical talent. Like, it just furthers my opinion that she sat down and listened to the song and heard They Not Like Us and just assumed that we not like them. It doesn't even sound like she understands the deep message in the performance that she so talks about. It makes her sound like a PR parrot, just saying the same thing she views as a safe thing to say because she saw somebody else on the internet have that opinion.
Like, sure, we could sit here all day and be like, oh, I actually think this artist deserved it. What? Only white people hated it. I didn't want to say it. As a white passing person, I didn't want to say that. But you saying that and me repeating that message, I'm just going to let that sit. Okay, you know what pissed me off the most, respectfully, too? The people that I saw with this take the most were white men. Ain't nothing wrong with being a white man. That's not the point. My point is that, I feel like if you watched his performance and really took it in, you'd be like, there are some underlying messages that the performance is trying to convey, especially during Black History Month. So you sitting there, again, respectfully, whatever.
Quick, I want to talk about the sponsor of this video, Verger. Now, unlike a lot of other YouTubers that claim their product that they're sponsored with is either going to cure AIDS or bring your parents back together, what I can guarantee is this power bank will keep your phone charged no matter what. Now, what's cool about this power bank is it comes stock with micro USB, USB-C, and your proprietary Apple cord. Gone are the days where you can use the excuse that you don't have your friend's special cord to be able to lend them a charge. But hey, it's got enough power to charge both of your phones and possibly save your friendship. Now your friend has enough charge to order Uber Eats for the both of you while you sit back, eat pizza, and plug this thing directly into the wall. And now, back to the video.
Being like, oh, I don't think he deserved it. It's just like, stop, please. Please. Please stop. Please. Please. Shh. Arrête. Please arrête. And if you don't know what that means stop in French. Now you know. Et les Français, ils savent ce que je veux dire. Ils disent aussi, arrête. But again, I could be wrong, so if anyone is like, if anyone's like, no, I really think he didn't deserve the halftime show, feel free to let me know why in chat right now, and maybe we can discuss. But when I saw that take, I just thought it was weird.
How about this, Pokimane? I know this one's going to blow your mind. How about not accusing people and telling them they can't like a song, otherwise they're racist? I know that's a tough pill to swallow because it involves you not being a victim or calling other people out for being the victim and starting drama, but you can do it. Like, the weird part is she's basically telling white people that they have to like Kendrick's music, otherwise they're a racist. Now, it's really weird for a girl that's fighting a fight nobody asked her for and is also accusing people of being racist when they're actually not. A girl who, in passing times, has actually said the N-word and had to be bullied out of actually reforming her language. Now, I know the next bit of drama we're talking about is of XQC versus Pokimane, but here's a clip beforehand of XQC reacting to Pokimane calling white people racist for not liking a song.
Sitting there, again, respectfully, whatever, being like, oh, I don't think he deserved it.
If you make a point and without really any modicum of evidence, you jump to the conclusion that some criticism is unfair because of skin color, and then say, oh, another criticism, you don't understand it, and on top of that, it's Black History Month to be more accepting. I gotta be honest with you. That's not gonna fly. I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't really matter what month it is, what year it is. I don't care what day of the week it is, okay? You cannot just say that, oh, dude, you should understand this more because it's Black History Month. Brother, it's a live performance. Like, bro, like, what are we saying here? You can interlace messages and symbolism in music and performances, okay? But if you say, oh, you didn't like it, it's because you didn't understand. You were not meant to understand. This isn't some documentary or some puzzle that you're watching. The point of a halftime show isn't to give the world some puzzle to figure out and to guys, let me put down my beer and my peanuts. I'm at the bar right now. It's really fucking loud. Everybody's chanting some shit. Go Eagles, go bumfucks. Oh shit, I'm gonna put down the beer and my peanuts. Put that aside. Let me try to work on this puzzle right now. What does he mean by this? Hold on a minute. Another song came on. Another puzzle. Hold on. What does he mean? Now I say, dude, at the end of the show, I wasn't entertained. It's because you didn't understand. Okay, you're dumb as fuck. Shut up. Okay, you're fucking brain dead. Okay, if the whole thing is meant to be some form of double entendre hidden message, of course you're gonna miss the mark. But don't act like it's people's fault for missing the mark. Don't put the blame on the people that are watching why they didn't get it. That is a ridiculous thing to say.
No, it's weird because Pokimane just gives herself away. You know, it's like one of those things where if you go around saying, I'm not racist, everybody, and you say it enough, it kind of just makes you kind of look like a racist. And she does that with everything, where she's always inserting herself into drama that she has no part in being in. But that brings us to our last little bit of drama she got herself into recently. Basically, XQC got a $100 million deal from Twitch quite a while ago, and Pokimane on the Colin and Samir podcast just sits there and goes, I don't believe it. She's probably just in shock and awe that somebody else is making more money at her, and that just can't be allowed. So she just sits there on the podcast and starts beef with evidence that she doesn't have.
Beyond that, I'm like, I've seen certain headlines, but I cannot confirm.
Yeah, there was a headline about XQC getting $100 million
Yeah,
from Kick.
but I've heard different things behind the scenes. You also don't know, oh, is part of that 100 million like equity? Is it paid in different ways? Was it actually 100, or was it just a headline that makes everybody look good so nobody refutes it? I really cannot confirm or deny.
You know what's funny? I actually just expected XQC to lift up a $1 million watch proving that he has more money than her. I mean, come on, we couldn't just expect XQC to sit there and take that, right? He needs to prove that he made 100 mil to the people that make, you know, $3,000 a month.
Extremely, he's very under wraps, very behind the scenes. The guy doesn't talk to anybody. The contract was between me, my agent, and Eddie, right? My agents decided to leak it after some big fucking press release or some shit like that. I don't know what they did, but they did it. Anyway, shit got leaked through the cracks or whatever, right? There's no, but like, it's kind of hard. Well, I'm just saying, it's kind of hard. It's kind of crazy that like, the system is like this. Me, agency, Eddie, working like this. Then agency, like, leaks information. And then that's what the people know, right? That's people. That's how the information went. I'm just confused on how, like, Pokimane over here hurtling behind the scenes. Like, that's different. Like, who is, like, the behind the scenes? Like, who is any of these people? I don't get it. Who is saying what?
These two streamers are just so money hungry, and it's so pathetic watching these two go at it, like, trying to be the *1 richest streamer out there. Come here for a second. Would you care if you had either 20 or $100 million? Because I sure as hell wouldn't. Like, is this actually real? Are we suddenly watching two mega millionaire Twitch streamers make little disses on podcasts toward each other? Meanwhile, you and I make barely enough money to pay rent and treat ourselves to going out to dinner. And then the weirdest part about it is there is actual people who are living paycheck to paycheck who are going on and defending these millionaires like, oh, she was right. You don't make $100 million. Like, what is the point of all this? It makes me think that maybe they actually just pre-plan this, talk to each other behind the scenes, like, hey, XQC, I'm gonna diss you on a podcast, and then you're gonna reply to me, right? And we're both gonna get more followers out of it. And I know maybe if this video gets quite a few views, there might be 1 or 2 of you watching this that think, what is he saying? He's also a YouTuber. But I can guarantee you, I make no more money than you do if you make minimum wage. Little hint, unless you're getting millions of views, you're not making any more than minimum wage from this shit. But let me tell you, if it does start working out for me, there'll be subtle ways that you'll know. But one of those ways won't be me shoving my money in front of the camera, showing my viewers that there is a big gap between me and you. Cause right now I drive a geo-tracker. But I love it. It's my second geo-tracker. If I ever got $20 million in a contract, I would do the work for that contract, get my 20 million, invest half of it, and probably play Ark Survival Evolved for the rest of my damn life. Also, make YouTube videos, of course, because I wouldn't be doing this right now unless I loved doing it. But the reality is, I love making videos, so hopefully this works one day, because going to work and being a carpenter and then coming home and making videos is definitely tiring, but it's all for the love of the game, baby. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about these 2 rich goobers having a beef, and I'm gonna go make myself some dinner because it's now 8 p.m. If you want to see more of my content, I recently uploaded this video right here, and if that doesn't pique your interest, YouTube might think you want to watch this video right here. But that's all for today. I'm going to start trying to get more frequent with my uploads if work doesn't get in the way of it. But if you like the video, then I hope I see you in the next one. Peace.